Hello, hello, everybody. Let me get these labels off here. Oh, I don't have the Canadian logo. Oh, I just realized that. Oh, well, that sucks. I don't have the Canadian logo. Let me see if I can get this real quick. I usually have the logos up at the top for the factions, but I don't have them here. I just realized that. It's going to be on the Canadian side. Yeah, I don't think I have the Canadian faction logo. Oh, let me see if I can find this real quick, everybody. Let me just give everybody a little bit of a view here. This is the first match I'll be doing on Juno Beach. Looks gorgeous. Let me just check my graphics. Turn down the brightness a little bit. Let me see if I can find Canadian faction logo. I could put Canada, the Canadian flag up there. Okay, so let me just do that. Just for the sake of time. I will put the flag of Canada for the right team. Where did I save that? I just realized that. It's a new faction. Need the Canadian flag. So we're actually going to be... I'm going to move this over here. Okay, that's the best I maybe can work with right now. You know, start my Twitch stream for those of you that want to watch on Twitch. I'm available on Twitch too. There we go. This should be good. Should be good. Yes, okay, we're mostly ready. I think we're going to be flipping momentarily. Let's take a look at the teams. 95 total sitting in the server. A little bit different color gradient for the update 20. I think we have a very clear microphone, non-microphone symbol. That's a little bit different, I think. Or the mute. I think it's for the mute. Assuming that's what that is. King Wyack, joining from DLB. So we should be getting started. Just a little bit short, waiting on the last few bodies. Let's go ahead and zoom around the map and see how it looks. I did play with Ben B and some of the developers last week, I think it was. Or the week before for some of the Twitch stream that they had, talking about it. Don't know anything about the midpoint advantages. Haven't seen anything. Gotta see if there's any specific spots that people can take advantage of. Overall, though, it's very full. That's what this map is. It's very... Yeah, there's a lot going on. There's plenty of buildings. Now, how many of these buildings are accessible? That's what I'm always curious about. It's just there's a lot here. You know, with maps like Omaha, Utah, they built them with plenty of... There's a lot of open space around them. You have some concentrated areas, but you get to a point where the infantry are slogging it out through the open fields and stuff, and then it becomes just kind of a grind. Here on Juno Beach, though, I'm starting to get the feeling that there's just a lot to work with, which can be very, very nice. I mean, you have all these buildings, you got, of course, all the trees and stuff, but there's tons of buildings. Mamma mia. You got a little bit of mix here. Now, can this water be... Can you jump in this water? I don't know. It looks like you're going to need to use the boats. We'll turn off the HUD for the moment. Just get a pure view here. Oh, man, but that's my initial taking from admin cam standpoint. I mean, look at this. There's not... I mean, of course, you have the beaches. So, yeah, naturally. But as soon as you get inland, there's a chance here for some solid infantry gunfights. Some really good back and forth. I don't sense really too much of a box out risk. Got some nice ambient noises. Yeah, this map it's packed. It's like a what's the word? It's like if you have a grocery bag and you go to the store and you have one grocery bag and you have maybe some groceries in it and a lot of it's empty, but then you have a grocery bag that you absolutely stuff. You say, you know what? I'm not gonna go for the 2-bag approach. I'm gonna do this in 1 bag, not 2 bags, and you stuff that one grocery bag with everything in it, and then you pick it up with both arms. Put it in, or put it in both of your arms, then put it out into your car, or carry it out to your car. That's what this map reminds me of. There's a lot here. There's so much here. Oh my gosh. Now you do have a little bit more openness towards this area, but still it's you got a lot of coverage for the infantry. Mamma mia, this is... Okay, let's go a bit further deep. Start in 1 minute. Let me just check my audio settings real quick. Make sure I got... Okay, all that muted. Perfect. I mean, there's a lot to work with. Okay, here, down here, you got a little bit more open space. But still, there's some coverage in that open space. Flip begins in 1 minute, everybody. Initial impressions, I feel pretty good. Just from a pure overall ability for both of the teams to duke it out repeatedly. Yeah, it's very full. I don't think they left one asset in the panel. Everything was put in here, man. This is really nice. I feel like Utah, if they could do a little bit of different section of Utah, would be more just to mix things up a little bit. I mean, I keep flashing back to Omaha or Utah where you get points where it's like, okay, we're open field grinding it out and it's going to come down to tanks. You think about the MG42s raking over the open field, just dominating the space, but not here, man. Not here. This reminds me of something like a really good urban Company of Heroes map. Just a lot of buildings condensed in an area. It's like a beach Carentan. I could see a lot of really good gunfights around here. Okay, should be flipping here momentarily. Is this church accessible? Please tell me this church is accessible. Oh, it is! Nice! One eternity later. The church is pretty packed too. Sandbags, mattresses. I wonder what's going on. Okay, here we go. Once again, we're on Canada's side today. You go ahead and just pick any... Go ahead and just pick this squad here. King Wyatt, perfect. A lot of ambient noise in the beginning. Hopefully it settles down a little bit. Fire the gun. And we will jump into hammer camera. And we'll turn off the highlights, everybody. Alrighty, we have bunker. Once again, I don't know anything about these points. The ambient noise, though, is very full. Now, in offensive mode, this will be very interesting, but for warfare, all these points are... I mean, it's going to be even... I think pretty much even start. Now, the Canadians are going to have to navigate the bridges. The Axis won't have as much, it seems. Yeah, okay. So they have to navigate those. I think in the test I got something stuck in the water. So this water is not going to be crossable. So we're gonna. It's one of those maps like Purple Heart Lane where you have to be careful. And you don't want to risk getting stuck down in there. For those of you just joining me, I'm your host today, Smithers, for this new Juno Beach competitive mixed event. These fellas here, these guys and gals, are going to be on a console today. So they will be testing it out from a performance standpoint, the console scene. Don't know when the first PC one will be, but imagine it will be shortly. And Juno Beach launched today, so it couldn't have been at a better time. So we're sitting at La Marina as the fourth bunker. R612 is fifth, going down to La Soleil River. Soleil River. My French is very old. I have not practiced my French in a long time. This map feels like it has 3 different maps inside it. Yeah, I mean, that's a good point. That's a very good point. There's a lot of depth. There's a lot in here, man. There's a lot to explore. It isn't like I said, Utah, where it's just like, okay, we know this building's there, and it's all open field, hedgerows. No, there's building after building after building, hedgerow, trees. It's a lot of mix to it. Okay, here we go. Trucks coming out to the opening. Nodes almost being built in competitive matches, everybody. The nodes are first thing usually taken care of. Although in these more casual ones, a little bit, things are not as timely. That's a good question. Does either side have a jump, a good or better chance of getting the midpoint? Not 100% sure. So far, we see the vehicles navigating the river just fine. Raspberries down to the bottom. The map is called Juno Beach. Raspberries begin to jump out down below. Now the midpoint is right here. We have a glider over here to the left. Got that little complex into the river. Now remember, we got this sort of creek in between. So it creates a little bit of dynamic environment there. Axis getting the opening cap weight. And I mean, in my mind, I'm thinking, yeah, for the beach maps, I would expect the Axis to have a little bit opening advantage. The choke points are going to be something to analyze here over the course of today. Wow, Smithers Jinx. That was good. Can't believe we said that exactly at the same, pretty much exactly at the same time. Hear a tiny bit of a plane sound. I'm not too sure. Now, the one thing I haven't researched too much is how much the Canadians, as far as their loadouts and stuff, differed versus the British. I know there was a lot of overlap. So personally, I do have to look more into that. Mount Cotillon. Peeks out to the left. Shot immediately. Axis, though, with a nice spread around the hard cap. Canadians. I gotta get used to saying that. The Canadians. Got a good spread, too. They gotta learn the optimal garrison positions and where the tanks can peek, where they cannot. And the Axis should be able to get the first cap in just a moment. There we go. Okay, Axis go up 3-2. So far from Amencam's standpoint, doesn't feel too bad. I think I feel a minor bit of stuttering. Very, very minor. Curtis Cat, Freeman, exploring the opposite side. Now remember, the Canadians are going to have the Firefly, Churchill. The Firefly is the most powerful tank right now with the latest update. Able to fire 2 shots into enemy heavies and take them down, whereas the other heavies require 3 shots. Now, how big of a factor that's going to have over the long term of the game, we have yet to see. Libby places a satchel down on the building, looking for that proxy effect. The raspberries are still a little bit too far away. Trying to understand the lanes here. We got good map edge to edge coverage. I sense a lot of opportunity for airheads, though. Given the terrain, the hurdles, the amount of coverage that is available. Oh, I'm going to be... so tomorrow I will be streaming for D-Day all day. And I think both sides are going to play Juno Beach. So tomorrow I'll be doing offensive mode on Juno Beach. So be sure to check out that tomorrow. I may jump over and do... We may have some pub streams later on. We'll have to wait and see. But right now it's just getting a feel for the map and understanding the bottlenecks. We got some blueberries over here to the back. We got one vehicle down below. I think that's going to be the Sherman. Now, does this Sherman have... There we go. There's the loadout for the Sherman. Don't sense any rubber banding for the Sherman tanks. Does it have a bell tower? Ooh, let's go check out the church real quick just to do... There's one church over there. Is there more than one church? No, just one church. Okay. Let's just do a quick look at the church. Let's see, there's a bell. No bell. Oh, it doesn't look like you can get in here. Okay, so the top of the church is actually inaccessible. But you can fight it over the bottom. I think there's just one church. Yeah, as far as the map goes, I'm sensing that we're going to see a lot more little battles taking place. The Daimler. Hot Sonic. Did he get the satchel on it by chance? Just the three... It is a 3-person. Okay. Anubis. Bunker Bobby Aston in this one. And there's so many little spots to hide. Oh! No, rocket comes over to the left side from Klaus. Cleans that up. Oh, hold on. Oh, man, just discovered our first bug. All right. Somebody take a screenshot of that, please, and send it on over to... post it in the... Looks like they just forgot an asset. Yeah, I think they just forgot something hanging in the air right there. But that's the only thing I think I noticed so far. Okay. They got to clean that up a little bit. That's all. Literally just one thing I think I noticed in the sky. That's it. Okay, we just happened to stumble upon. But my initial feeling is that we're going to see a lot of tiny little battles be able to take place and not necessarily one MG, one tank being able to dominate a wide area. Tankers are going to have to be cautious about how they approach this. If we zoom all the way out, got a very good split. Because the Cadaver crossing the river there. Over here to our right, got a little bit of coverage, but there are open fields. I don't want to, confuse them. But you can get in these little spots here, like King Wyack is, and watch the openness. Just make sure nobody's crossing over one of these to get to the enemy point. Line-to-line coverage. We got plenty of garrisons up. We got one half-track on its way. Remember, half-tracks are very cheap now. With Update 20, they are 150 fuel. Half off. Mamma mia. If you aren't spawning half-tracks in your games, you are throwing. Please, get those half-tracks up. Whether it be in public or competitive. Another thing I just noticed, the ambience has calmed down a little bit. In the beginning, it picks up a whole bunch, and then a tea set, yeah. A tea set in the Churchill, that'd be pretty cool. But in the ambience, like the gunfire, the artillery has calmed down a bit. Kind of like you see on SMDM in the beginning, where you have the planes flying above, and then they go away. Half-track being brought up down below. Once again, very good map edge-to-edge coverage. Tanks are avoiding the water, so that seems to be working out okay. For those of you just joining me today, I'm your host, Smithers. For this first stream on Smithers Cast, at least, of Juno Beach. Testing it out between this mixed competitive console. Whole bunch of players from a whole bunch of different teams duking it out. If you are interested in competitive Hella Loose, you can check out the SmithersCast Discord, discord.gg/SmithersCast. The link is in my bio. If you're interested, you don't have to be. It's all up to you. The competitive scene is a little bit more shreddy than your typical public matches. But one thing can be guaranteed, everybody has a mic. And we are on Juno Beach, like I said before, and so far we're getting I'm getting a good feeling about it. I'm sensing that this map will have a lot of little battles going on, and one side just won't be able to dominate the open field and box the enemy out that easily. The midpoint today is right here. So we have Le Soleil River. Fourth point is La Marina, and then we have Le Sentier. Le Sentier Soleil down there to the bottom. French speakers out there can rate my French. 5 out of 10? Would you give it a 5 out of 10? And I don't have the official Hella Loose Canadian faction logo, so I just put the Canadian flag up there for right now. Shot rings out to the back. We have the first Firefly today coming on up. Here she is. Remember the Firefly? 2 shots into the enemy heavy. The only heavy that could do such a thing. However, they don't have as much armor. We'll have to see how this plays out over the long term. Canadians begin to cap a little bit on mid. Firefly's looking for the Tiger out there potentially. We'll turn off the head for just a moment. Axis should have the first Tiger and just over here, maybe? Oh, no, Panzer IV. Okay, Panzer IV. Sneaky Storm, though, coming over to the back, looking to maybe place a satchel, yes, and puts the satchel right in the booty. Left Sharp, Hockey, Colonel Grief. Left shirt jumps out. Oh no, surrounded by the blueberries. And this is what I'm talking about. The blueberries are going to have an opportunity to really move all around, and with these hedgerows and the tanks, when they get in the middle of them, they're going to be very susceptible to being wiped. Germans, though, so far are holding back the axe, or the Canadians advance. I got to get used to saying Canadians. I got to practice that. Good map edge to edge coverage for the garrisons. Everything looks all good to go. Germans or Canadians have a little bit of penetration down here to the bottom left. Very even match so far. You know, with these mixed events, you never know how they're going to go. Some people may be feeling good today, and other ones maybe not. So let me check my volume levels real quick and make sure that... Okay, yeah, that's okay. We're good. A lot of little battles, though, against the buildings and hedgerows. If we zoom out a little bit, let's see what the blueberry and raspberry disbursements looks like. Pretty even, but once again, so many little spots to sneak around in. This isn't your clear-cut, cookie-cutter map, man. I feel like infantry won't be dying 60, 70 times this. They're going to have their average lifespan is going to be a little bit longer. Irritante didn't like how that looked. Goes on back a little bit. Is it just me, or were there no footsteps back there on the... Not too sure if I heard footsteps or not. Wintermute67 says, I like the look of this map so far. The last 5 to 6 new maps have been really good, in my opinion. Yeah, I mean, Smolensk, I think, has potential. Smolensk is a lot of different... Yeah, I just haven't seen it. I think there have been some performance issues, but so far this map, I'm feeling like it's running smooth. Got a full server in-house. I'm looking forward to... Yeah, I mean, I love new maps, man. Just to shake things up a bit. I mean, there's only so many times where you play Utah, you go, okay, all right, let's get something new here. Let's get something else, man. New maps keep everything nice and people to explore new areas. Just get mixed up in the rotation a little bit, you know? I mean, I would love to have some type of map creator tool, but I don't know how possible or I don't know how feasible that is. I wanted to listen to what they were saying. You burned it. Oof, what was that? Map splits so far looks pretty good. No real deep line. I mean, both sides keeping their lines pretty tight. We do have a medium, though, that's making a push towards the hard camp. Possibly. Klaus. Joker. Joker coming around to the left. Oh, it's tank spotter's not looking. No, man. Sergeant Bear not looking, man. You're in the middle of all this dense coverage. You gotta be looking around. And the four raspberries giggle amongst themselves as they're about to see this medium. Go, mama, do it. No. Brian Schaub asks why they make the Firefly gun stronger than others. Doesn't make sense to me. In the notes, they said they wanted to emphasize that the Firefly was more of a tank destroyer. Now, as far as the details on specifications and the armament, the armor penetration, all that kind of stuff, I'll be honest, I have not done my research yet, but I'm sure some expert tankers out there will be publishing their own videos on that topic. Or maybe somebody else in chat knows those details behind it, but I don't know. I can't comment on that right now. As far as the super details is like what the, what the actualities in the war would have been like. Now, over the grand scheme of things, will it be dramatic? I don't think so. It's still 2 shots, so the tank crews still have time to take 1 round and get out of there. We'll have to see, though. Now, what I am a little bit concerned about is the fact that heavy tanks can now absorb 3 rounds from other heavies, except for the Firefly. That's the part that I'm not too sure. I'm kind of curious if we're going to see some just heavy tanks living super long, which in some cases could leave some commanders out there with a whole bunch of extra fuel. Precision Strike lands over there to the back left. Peace Strike. Took out a medium Sherman. Okay, 1 Sherman destroyed over here to our left. What are we looking at for the map situation? The Axis have pushed up a little bit. We got a half track that's active over here to the far east. No movement to the back line just yet. The line, the line's going to be a little bit easier to control, but there's still going to be a lot of cool battles in between everything. Anthony asked, really cool map. Just curious, is there a landing element to this, or is it only after D-Day? We would have to experiment with the offensive mode. I may have an offensive match coming up tomorrow or later tonight. I have to check my schedule. But we'll have to experiment with the offensive mode, yeah. Assuming, that was a Canadian bombing run, but did they use... It sounded like... I don't know, I was expecting to hear... Actually, I don't know what engines I was expecting to hear. But it sounded like the Axis bombing run engine, or the Heinkel engine? I'm not too sure. Assuming it's an Axis bombing run. Remember, if you're enjoying the stream, be sure to hit that like button real quick if you could, please. If you have any questions, go keep pumping those in chat. Axis pushing out slowly here. We got some raspberries over here to the back. Option squad gets an OP established. Airhead, though, did go to the bottom. It did come over here to the southeast. They did get one up around, yep, with some of these buildings. That's a very vague description, but this courtyard in particular. Grenade gets tossed by EC Head. Strafing run goes over. Darth Vader guns him down from the left-hand side. And the Airhead will remain alive. Panzer IV coming around the corner. Airhead right there. Spot wave. Oh my gosh, the spot wave. Panzer IV. Don't. Oh. Jim Dog. Gets limits. Satchel was placed on the right-hand side. Panzer IV rolling over to the blueberries. Panzer IV about to get wiped. Coming on over. Oh, no. Okay. All right, they got the Airhead, though. That was the most important thing. Cap progress still coming in. A whole bunch of blueberries pushing towards the hard cap. Very good Canadian. I got to, once again, Canadians. Canadians on the attack. David Hansen says, this map is aesthetically pleasing. I love the winding creek with trees and bushes. Yes, I agree. It's very, very aesthetically pleasing. And there's our buddy. Someone just forgot this, and they're going to see this on stream and go, oh my gosh, I can't believe I freaking forgot that thing. I meant to delete that. It must have not saved. Oh my gosh. So one of the devs is going to see that. It just go, oh, God. Okay, Canadians stopped their cap pressure. The Airhead member was taken out. The Axis drop, a defensive Airhead reinforce was dropped. Yeah, the winding creek is very nice. Got a nice, gentle water movement. Now, they did release a night version, if I remember correctly, which kind of showcases it's a little bit different, if I remember, like what it was D-Day +1. I forgot exactly what Ben said in the video. Panzer IV's rolling on forward. Got a little bit of a pocket back here remaining from one of those Airhead OPs. But the Tiger, oh, look at this. Look at this. Oh, this is nice. The wheat field is a little bit brighter, no? The wheat is a little bit more dry. Maybe I'm not a farmer. Tiger's pushing up. See if there's anybody around him. Hope everything looks okay. Plenty of raspberries to offer some protection. XDM99 says, what do you think about putting satchels on HQ in the comp scene? It's kind of blocked by the game, but some players explore glitches around it. Oh, I'm not too sure. I mean, to be honest, in all my streams, I rarely, if ever, see anybody in the HQ trying to put satchels on tanks and stuff. And most of the time, teams are just focused on the front line and grinding it out. And yeah, you would have to be I think the only times you see kind of HQ shenanigans is when you have a Div 1 team versus like a Div 4 or 5 team or something. And they know they're going to crush them, and so the players tend to get a little bit... what's the word I'm looking for? They get a little bit carried away with the in-game trolling, and they will go to the HQ and just shoot anybody that spawns. That's where those kind of things come up. But for the most part, in a lot of streams that I cast, man, teams don't have the resources to send over to HQ. They really don't. Everything is committed to the front line or defense. I mean, the matches I cast are usually pretty, for the most part, even in the most regard. Or the other team that is heavily favored, they're focused on just closing out the game. They're not focused on HQ shenanigans so much. But interesting question. Now, it was a thing maybe a year, maybe 2 years ago, as far as getting satchels down in HQ and being an absolute pain, but not anymore. At least I don't see that. And I've casted a lot of games. I have lost track. Maybe 500, 550, something like that. So I've streamed a lot. Okay, so we have the recon plane going over. Everything looks fine. We have a little bit of movement up here to the north and to the east with the raspberries. Let's go check out the attack here. So this, remember, is going to be essentially, you can't go anywhere. I mean, you'll obviously fall down in the water. Now, I don't know if the timing is going to allow you to maybe jump right there. I don't know. I'm guessing not. Sergeant Bronze, 6 killers over here to the left. Checking out the hard cam. They're a little bit nervous. This is the first bridge on Juno. They were thinking about crossing. 6 killers loading up the Bandershrek. Down they go. And remember, Rocketeers now only have 2 rockets. A little bit reduction in the rocket spam on the front line. So 2 to the back of the medium takes that out, and we're going to have a little bit of movement over here to the east. We'll have to see the Canadians bring back a defensive squad, but so far the Axis are holding really well as far as the front line goes. We do have a Firefly over here on this side. Oh, wait. Firefly. Oh, yeah, that got satcheled, and so did this Firefly. Okay. So the Canadians lose 2 tanks here in just a matter of a few moments. Another fly spawned in to Regina Landing. Panzer IV pushing, but what I really like about Juno Beach so far is that a lot of these buildings are accessible. In some other maps, you see buildings and you go, gosh, I would love to go in there. I really would. Dylan? No! Go! Panzer IV crew. Gonna get wasted a little bit. Satchel been placed on the left side. And the Panzer IV will get taken care of, everybody. Got a bombing run coming over to the back, and this will be an Axis bombing run. Pressure goes on La Marina. Got to go get some more blueberries back over here on defense. We'll check out this bombing run, though, see how it fares. French wheat makes that good soissons. Soissons. Je voudrais un croissant. Yes. La Merida looks to be okay. We got Damsey, got Découte, and TJ. Commander TJ is for the Canadians today. I think I forgot who the Axis commander is. Axis commander is going to be driving in the half track. Gets out of the half track. Flavor. Driving over there. You know, Shijin, I was told your proper pronunciation in Dutch, but for the life of me, I didn't look it up beforehand. I'm so sorry. But next week, I'll get you, buddy. Croissant. 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 Je voudrais un croissant. Okay, enough of that. Oh, we have an airhead followed over to the bottom left here. Got the half track in the middle of the point for the Axis. Overall map control looks about even. I don't sense an incredible disadvantage. Once again, I think all the buildings, the hedges and stuff is going to create a nice offset to potential frag differentials in certain areas. So you can spawn in one place. Trying to think trying to see which buildings of these are accessible or not. You could spawn in one place and maybe lose a frag, switch over to the other spot, maybe gain a little bit of a extra edge. And then next thing you know, it's offset a little bit. Yeah, but this is going to be very dynamic for both teams. Right side gets pretty much cleaned up. We got a recon tank over here to the back. Mahoo. In this one. Airhead still alive. Not much being committed off of it, though. Nash over here to the back. Looking to get an OP up somewhere close. We have a half track? What do we have down below? What is this? Oh yeah, we got a half track right here. Okay. Artillery strike called it. Commander flavors. Finding a night. Look at this commander spot. Oh, there we go. Look at that. Nice in the glider. Oh my gosh, that's nice and tucked away. Oh, that's nice. That's a new commander spawn. .48 minutes left to go, everybody. Seen one cap so far this game going to the Axis. Just curious, in competition, do they actually salvage wrecked vehicles? Yes, sometimes. However, usually the situation is so intense that there's no cover or there's just no time. I mean, in competitive Hella Loose, time is everything. I mean, mere seconds can make the difference between losing and winning a point. If defending an OP, you're protecting garrisons, you're making calls to drop supplies. There's so much going on. Sometimes, though, if there is downtime, let's say you're up 3-2 and you're pushing the enemy back to their sector, some players will go and salvage some vehicles. I would say it happens, at least I see it on stream, maybe 20% of what's possible. 20% of the time when a vehicle can be salvaged, else maybe even less, maybe 15%. But it's not as common. I mean, especially in the smaller teams when you have a 30 versus 30, because not all teams can field 49 versus 49. So there are 30s teams out there that they're where every single person has maybe 2-3 jobs per match, man. You're not just shooting on the front line. You got to swap over here, drop supplies, maybe build a rep station for your tank. And then in those matches, usually you see maybe 5% of vehicles, even maybe none at all. But in 49s, where you have a 49 versus 49, because one spot is left open for the streamer on each side, you will see maybe some people, if they need some, that they will go over there. But in matches lately with the 2 heavy maximum, you don't see teams get crunched by fuel as often. You really don't. When you, with the 2 heavy maximum, you don't, I mean, I've been in matches where we have spawned 5 heavies on Kursk. Imagine hearing that in command chat. Command, we have 5 heavies ready to go, ready to attack the point. But obviously those days are long gone. It was really cool though, 5 IS-1s versus 5 Tigers and Panthers on the other side. That was a pretty epic battle. But now, like I said, with the 2 heavy maximum, teams don't really suffer from fuel shortages anymore. Now, if they get careless and spawn half-track after half-track, medium after medium, and don't really take care of them too well, then yes, they'll have fuel issues. But for the most part, it's generally okay. In the matches I've commanded, most of the time I'm actually converting fuel now, which I never did before. Converting fuel to manpower munitions. Where in a past match, that would be a sin. I would be, after the match, in the past, I would be put up in the guillotine. It really would, man. But now, not so much. Okay, what are we looking for the map split, everybody? Axis have pushed out. They've gained some ground, but not too much. Once again, this creates opportunities for the losing team to sneak back in. It really does. I mean, you have some people that are able to stay alive. It's going to be not so likely that the enemy is able to find all of the spawn points that you have. You can hide OPs here, there, everywhere. Just like in the Dr. Seuss book. Mirage, Koyal, Ethan coming up. I mean, the Canadians have some troops here. They just haven't been able to get inside the hard cap. And the hard cap for this point is sort of open. You have a little bit of coverage, but not too much. Finds himself a nice little building, peeks out and gets himself a shot. Just happens to peek at the perfect time and limit. Nobody. It's a mine. Oh, see, that's the benefit of always putting down those mines. And nice little hedgerow gaps, just like that. That was perfect. Absolutely beautiful mine. Cap progress continues for the Canadians. However, the Axis getting a few bodies over here for the counterattack. Window cannot be jumped out of. Firefly, medium, over here on the bridge. Getting ready to... They're trying to figure out how to attack this. Remember, all these players are... Oh, rocket to the front. Oh, Gotta be careful. Gotta be careful. You never know with these types of railings. Yes, update 20. We have the smoke shells, or each tank has their own version of the smoke. I have not seen that deployed yet. Waiting to see if I can catch a scenario where that happens. We have a PZ full Panzer IV down to the bottom. Raspberries over there. One squad lead not crossing just yet, or so far the Axis haven't been able to really get inside La Marina. DVB Airsoft asks who versus who. Oh, this is just a mixed whole bunch of people, whole bunch of teams playing today, buddy. No one in particular. Whole bunch of random teams. What server? This is a private server. This is on the CDE server, I believe. So this is for competitive players only that are part of various teams. And we're just doing our mixed scrim on this Wednesday on the new map. Trying it out. Give us a Baba Badooey. Oh, that's a Baba Badooey. Bombing run called in over here to the left. So we're trying out this Juno beach map, everybody. So far, I do like it. There's a lot of unique areas throughout it where can have little gunfights here and there, and it's not necessarily, oh, we got boxed out from the midpoint, and there's no way we're going to be able to get back in. No. At Juno Beach, you're going to have a chance. Bombing run is coming up this direction. Now, the bombing run sounds... No, this is the Axis bombing run. Yeah, okay. I got to wait to listen to the Canadian bombing run again. Remember, if you're enjoying the stream, be sure to take a second and hit that like button if you could, please. I usually stream hella loose almost every single day. Got something going on. The quietest days are usually Thursdays. But tomorrow we will have a Juno Beach offensive mode matchup, so be sure to tune into that. Niraj! Helping out his buddy Tanker. Getting back to his Tanker drip. Dave. Maybe jump a little bit. Reacher takes a shell. 38 minutes left to go. Axis begin to get really good map coverage here. We got one Tiger down to the southwest. We got a Panzer IV crossing the stream. I'm wanting to see the the smoke shells in action. Tiger stalls right there. Firefly does get destroyed on the bridge. Yes, it does. No. Yeah, okay, Firefly gets wiped, right? No, that was a medium. Yeah, that's a medium, not a Firefly. This is the Firefly. Gotta get my tanks right. Oof. They're in a little bit of a pickle with the raspberries all around. They're trying to get some help for the repair station right there, but they may be back and too far away now. Panzer IV comes up to the back and wipes him. Okay, so the bridge is going to be blocked temporarily until someone salvages something or if the tanks take him out. Cap progress begins on La Marina. We got TJ, Commander TJ, going to be probing this a little bit. Fulu exploring the inside. Getting used to all the new cover. There's so much cover here, everybody. I mean, this is, like I said, it's going to be make for a very interesting set of battles. Defensive situation taken care of. No cap progress yet on middle. Canadians not able to just break through the line. Having a little bit of trouble. Just the wrong place, wrong time. Satchel goes off to our right. There's the Tiger. Once again, we haven't seen the tank shells, smoke shells in action just yet. Oh, that's right. I wanted to find the Canadian radio. I haven't heard the Canadian radio yet. Let me find an OP. There's got to be one around here somewhere. Canadian, we have House Squad over to our right. George Squad. Am I deaf? Where is this thing? Oh, he just moved it. That's why. Okay. So George Squad's OP is right here. There we go. Okay. Okay, we got a little taste right there. Stuka fell by La Marina. The Canadians are losing that. 50% they're bringing back to defense, though. Adam Horn asks, any early thoughts on the map? I like it. I do. I think it's gonna... I think you have, as opposed to the other beach maps, you have a lot more cover. It's going to create unique instances or unique little battles going on everywhere and anywhere. I don't get the sense that teams are going to be faced with a box out, as in getting pushed out of the entire sector of the map if they lose the mid-cap. There's lots of coverage, so MG42s won't be able to dominate an entire area. Firefly's getting approached from behind from the Panther 4. They're exposed their booty. Not looking good. Panther 4 made the shot. They do. Oh, Tanker's caught in a bad position, but the AT comes in clutch. Daybreak and finishes him off. But I do like the map. It has a lot of really cool parts. A lot of the buildings are accessible, which is important. I mean, in my opinion, I would try to make as many as possible accessible. Just try to really increase the chances for people to have little skirmishes here and there and create opportunities for teams to have a comeback. I mean, that's what having all this cover is going to allow to happen. But we're going to have a cap over on mid, just cross over the 50% mark. But the Axis bring more bodies back. So it does stall, at least for right now. We have a couple OPs around, but the Canadians don't really have any other spawn points, unfortunately. We just have a couple outposts. So the Axis should be able to take care of this. Explosion over here on the left-hand side. That was a repair station. Under 30 minutes left to go. Reznov. Remy's like, wait a minute. Oh, and he wins the gunfight. Oh, man. Remy probably, his squally was probably yapping his ear off. And oh, yeah, that's probably why. Oh, those funny moments. Is there even history when devs tried 200 versus 200? That would be great and chaotic. I'll love it if so much of it happened. Oh gosh, I don't know, buddy. I don't know if that's possible. I don't know if servers would be able to handle. I think it's more on the server side, not. I'm imagining the devs can make it happen, but a 200 versus 200, I don't know with all the animations and vehicles and stuff if that's really possible. I mean, I know some of the other games do have it, but it's more, you have more of a controlled environment, I guess, and there's not as many variables to worry about for maximum play. But I think it's more of a server question, not necessarily a dev question. I mean, well, server, I guess it is a dev, but I don't know how they would approach that. I don't know if they've done internal tests as far as, hey, can we get up to 75 or 75? Kind of curious. That's a good question, though. I mean, you know, if the server owner had an option to say, hey, let's make our server 100 versus 100, then that'd be pretty interesting. Nice little gunfights here. The Axis, though, have forced them well out. We got to see the Blue Bear, or the Canadians, get up some type of backline garrison. Oh, they do. They do have one garrison over here to the far east. But the Axis getting more pressure on fourth. Let's go check out La Marina. And for those of you just joining, here's the beach view. We'll do a quick fly over the beach. Oh, wow, you can really hear the ocean pick up. Commander TJ, coming back to the hard camp. The Canadians have faced a decent amount of pressure here, but they've been able to counterattack and take them all out for the most part. Axis getting more bodies into the hard camp. Canadians have some forces over here to the back, but they don't have enough. I think the Axis just going to have too many spawn point opportunities to crush them out. Shijin takes out King Panther. Shijin. There's it. Into the buildings with the Axis. These look similar to the ones on Karen Tim. How deep are the waterways? Can you take trucks, infantry on foot through them? Now, some of them you can, and some of them... You think these here... doesn't seem to be... Now, it's kind of hard to tell. But I think this... With the bridge here, this is going to be a no-truck zone. I'm assuming. I mean, you do see some shallow bits here, but then it gets pretty deep, I think. Over here, yeah, I think you could drive anything through that. You could see the bottom pretty easily. But it's something going to be neat exploring. Now, these areas around there, no, you're not. I don't think you're going to be able to drive. Don't think you're going to be able to drive anything through. Canadians getting La Marina back with pretty much a full callback. Some blueberries still around 4th here. We see one supply truck. Oh, there we go. Maybe we have an example. Let's take a look. Supply trucks down below. Looks like somebody may have... Yep, there we go. Somebody tried. There's your answer. You cannot drive through that. Now, in this part, you do have a glider wing that maybe you could drive on over and get to the other side. So that's going to be an option. What just asks is it's already live servers or PT? Oh, this is live. Yeah, went live today. This is on a server that's ready to go. It is all Axis. Now, Canadians still have some spawn points over here to the east. We got an airhead falling to the bottom. Defense is holding strong. Let's go take a look at the defense. Got a Panzer IV coming over here to the right side. The airhead did go live to the southwest of 4th. Now, here comes the Canadian bomber. Okay, listen closely. Okay, Canadian bombing run sounds, yeah, a little bit different. Yeah, it's got a little bit of a different flavor. Airhead still alive down to the bottom. Now, can we see the Tiger deploy the smoke shells by chance to try and get away? I really want to see if I can catch that on the stream. One rocket over here to the back. Okay, they're damaged. Will we see the smoke shells? No, Curtis Cat gets a satchel over to the right side. Repair station destroyed. No smoke shells. Okay. All right, the Tiger gets wiped. Canadians a little bit behind on the cap race. Reinforce has been dropped. Oh! Classic cap race, but the Axis in the clear lead. We would need to see some frags being won by La Marina. Let's go take a look at the defense. I think it flickered back a little bit there. Blueberry's trying to get into the hard cap. Oh, the Canadians just need a little bit of cap. A little bit of cap weight. Can they stall for just a moment? Oh! And... oh, the Axis go up 4-1. All right, and the 5th point is Bunker R612. We have a couple raspberries already there checking it out. But remember, it's not so easy for the Axis. They do have to cross the bridges. So it's a little bit more of a defensible 5th points. But you have 4 bridges, essentially, you would have to try it. And plus you have all this over here. Okay, can't forget that. But the Axis can push up to the west side. Don't have to worry about any bridges, but to the east and to the middle, they would have to. OP down below. Canadian supplies falling to the left on the roof. Well placed by the commander. Now will Melko be able to dismantle those? Oh, they're rolling, they're rolling, they're rolling. Oh, off they go. And Melko, he's like, where'd those supplies go? Also firing at the beach a little bit. Canadians pouring on forward, getting reestablished. Bombing run on its way, coming over. Oh, from the south to the north. No. It's going directly towards the beach. What timing? right by an AT player. Everything's looking good for the Axis. Up 4-1. We get a garrison spawn over here to our east side. Canadians establishing their beach defense. Shot right to the chest. Oh no. Oh, the tank backed up just a little bit, man. Oh. Oh, man. Just literally maybe 2-3 millimeters and knock him out. Oh. Oh, buddy. Tough luck. Tank got taken out over there on the little bit of a hill here. Sherman posted up. Was a prime target for the Axis armor. Raspberries getting into the hard cap, but the Canadians are on the counterattack at Lumber Arena. We do have the garrison over here to the east. And that is not in sector. They would need to cross the bridge to get inside sector, so keep that in mind, everybody. Kind of like you see in certain parts of Purple Heart Lane, where you have that big river divide, and it's not in sector. Are the Canadians just going to go for it? See if they could just commit whatever they need to here for the 4th point recap. Axis all in the bunkers. We still got one garrison over here to the west and then one to the east, so I don't think this is going to be lost. But once you get to the beach, as we see on Utah, Omaha, it becomes really, really difficult for the Allies, and for a good reason. It's got all this open ground you have to push through. Win some frags back. They're having a little bit of a tough time. We do have one tank over here that needs to kind of get into the hard cap. Cap progress begins to come back for the Canadians a little bit. Sherman's down below, just trying to get into cover there. Canadian bombing run goes through the front line. Gonna go for the busted up bunker. It's good at the distance. Smelko. No. Let's get a couple raspberries. So 5th point is secured. We do have one Firefly over here to the east, assuming it's a Firefly. see it over here. AT player to the rears. No, another rocket. Oh, no. Oh, tank commander got too close and got ran over. Remember, AT players now, though, only have 2 rockets. Is the OP nearby? Do we got an OP right up there to the top? Garrison over here to the right. Camp progress begins to come in on 5th again. Looks like the tank crew is going to push back to 5th and help out with the defense. No, the satchel. Oh, brutal. Cap weight looks good here. Canadian spawning off the beach. Pushing on forward. Goes contested. Canadians getting the cap weight back. If you're just joining me, I'm your host today, Smithers, for this mixed console match here on the first Juno Beach stream, for at least on my end. So far, we have seen 2 captures going to the Axis, all Axis so far. The Canadians had multiple attacks over there on middle. River, but unfortunately they were all pushed back. And now they're forced back to the beach down 1-4, and they're trying to claw their way back. But it's a tough task, as we all know in all the beach maps. Utah, Omaha, now Juno. How tough it could be to fight your way through all the openness. Now when it comes to the map itself, there is plenty of coverage inside. Oh. And there it goes. Helios crashed. Okay. All right. Let me see if I can jump back in here real quick, everybody. Let me see if I can get it back to work. Let me see. 1 second. Okay, we started back up. See if I could jump back in. Let me just make sure it wasn't a server issue. Oh, it looks like some other people crashed. Okay, so let me just go ahead and mute this real quick and just type in the password. Okay, it ended. Okay, never mind. Okay. All right, buddy. Well, thank you for joining me today on this stream. Yes. Okay, good. Okay. But thank you for joining me today for this Juno Beach first look. It was a good match. We zoomed all around, got some good terrain. Everything looked I mean, overall, pretty good. I mean, I like the aesthetics of the map very, very much. That was good. If you enjoyed the stream, be sure to, if you can, hit that like button before you take off. If you have any questions, leave them down below. I don't know if I'm going to be live later today. We'll have to wait and see. I did just publish a Vietnam Open Beta review, so feel free to check that out on my channel. And also, there's an Update 20 video as well. If you'd like to hit subscribe, feel free to. And I will see you all next time. Have a good one, buddy.